Now, I put on my little detective hat and did a little bit of sleuthing, and I could see that there was evidence of like a little picket kind of fence. It'd keep Twinkie in with no problems, but it wouldn't keep a cat in. Like, this is not like a 6-foot fence that a cat can't climb. Welcome back, Nuggets. This mother clucker has some thoughts. Let's ruffle some feathers and get into the video. Okay, so Amberlynn has Vlogmas for us. We have days 1 through 3 that have been released. I thought I would do them all in one video because I don't think there's going to be a huge amount of behavioral analysis on these. I'm also just going to be taking clips from this because there is a lot of nonsense in between these. And look, I'm going to assume you've seen it. I don't think we need to all sit through it again, but let's see what she has to say, shall we?
Hey guys, welcome to Vlogmas. So this is like a mini Vlogmas. If my vlog is only 3 minutes long, then it's only 3 minutes long. There's gonna be no expectations at all. But you will be seeing, regardless of the length, one video from me from December 1st all the way to December 25th.
I mean, like, it's something. Is it something? It's something. No, it's not something. Amber. What else are you doing with your time other than these vlogs? We're talking about setting the threshold for if it's only 3 minutes long. And look, I think the motivation behind this is that she's having a lot of anxiety that she's already told us about. There's probably a fairly large fear avoidant kind of response going on. It is, on the one hand, good that she's facing her fears, but on the other hand, like, does this actually do anything? In my experience, and I've had a lot of experience dealing with fear within my own life, there's really only one way to tackle it, and that is to go full on. Do literally everything that scares you all the time. This little toe dipping of like 3-minute videos, it's not gonna cut it. I do commend her for what she's trying to achieve, but in true Amberlynn style, this is just not enough.
So I was actually supposed to have an interview yesterday with NBC. As you guys know, I actually told you guys about it, where I declined the offer to do the interview. They actually saw my video where I spoke about it. So they reached back out to me and they wanted to do the interview. And I was like, yes, of course I'll do it. So it's an NBC article about girl world, Nikocado avocado, fat phobia, fat shaming, and YouTube monetizing that. So I'm
and YouTube monetizing that. So she's essentially going to go on record and just slam the company that pays her bills. Yeah, look, I mean, this is what it is. It's probably going to come out and be about Nikocado avocado, of course, because he is a hot topic at the moment. I don't really think anything more needs to be said about this.
You guys, my interview is in 15 minutes and I am just like so nervous. A part of me wants to be like, okay, never mind, let's not do the interview. But you know what? I need to be like a grown woman and just do it. Do it.
Just gotta be a grown woman and just do it. I actually agree with this. I think that this attitude would do well to be spread across multiple areas of her life, like, you know, diet, exercise, just saying. Ultimately, everything comes down to our responsibility as adults. And this is also where I think that we're hearing Tommy's voice come out a little bit. This kind of language that she's been using is new since Tommy. So yeah, I do think that she might be a good influence from that respect. But when you consider the greater weight of the situation, no pun intended. Obviously, this is not going down a good path.
Like, it's genuinely time that my voice is heard. Huh, baby girl. Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my clucking god. Why is this dog not wearing a collar? Why is this dog not wearing a collar?
So I ordered 2 tiny ornaments. They're not for me, but Tommy was putting up the Christmas tree and an ornament fell to the floor and broke, as you can see here.
I just want to pause this for a second. Do we think she's trolling? It's so hard to tell, like, is Amberlynn trolling or is she just being ignorant? Ornament. Like, oh my gosh, if you say it enough times, the actual word sounds wrong. Ornament. Oh god. Get out of my head, Amber.
So I was like, you know what? Let's order a new one because that ornament is special to her. She got
Order an ornament. Order the ornament.
it in a German store when she went on vacation. It's just really off the chain crazy that I ordered 2 small ornaments from the exact same like ornament shop, and
I ordered 2 small ornaments from the ornament shop. Okay, I'll stop.
so we got the little pickle. Like, I'm all about the aesthetic, so I would never have this like on my tree in Oklahoma.
Is that casting some serious shade on Tommy? Now, reserve what you think about Tommy. You know, reserve what I think about Tommy just for a moment. This is your partner, the love of your life. I am happily married and have been for quite a significant amount of time. I'm going to go ahead and say that I might be slightly more of an authority on this particular topic than Ms. Reed here. I am of the firm belief that publicly you do nothing but edify your partner. It should always be building them up. It should always be shouting their strengths and praising, and you approach the world as a united front. Not to insinuate that you don't do that behind the scenes as well, but since we're talking about a video, this is the context in which we're speaking. So even though it seems really small to cast shade on her taste of ornaments, this really rubs me the wrong way from a relationship stance. Why not just say we have different tastes and we've gone ahead and merged them, or it's really cool to see this coming together because as a relationship, you know, we've come from 2 different backgrounds and this is what our tree looks like and it represents us, and how cute is that, you know? But instead it's like, I wouldn't use this ornament on this tree in Oklahoma, and referencing it as her home, which is very interesting subtext, is it not? That's my 2 cents on relationships. Do what you want with it.
Let's go hide the pickle. All right, so we're just gonna put the
Okay, so look, I don't really do Christmas. As a kid, we did. There was nothing to do with a pickle. American friends, can you tell me, is this a thing? Because to my Australian ears, this sounds really not Christmassy. Oh dear.
mac and cheese right there. And I think that we should hide the pickle down at the bottom. Wait.
She's doing this on purpose. Right? We're gonna hide the pickle down the bottom. Oh, I cannot even keep a straight face. Oh, I don't know if you guys understood any of that.
Back here. Like, literally no pickle in sight. Like, it's gonna be so hard for her to find, but it's right there.
Oh, Cluck, I'm sorry. Apparently I'm 12. I apologize. Please give me a moment for me to collect myself.
Thank you guys for spending Vlogmas Day 1 together, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.
Okay, so that's day 1. So what we take from her day is she did some decorating of the tree and she ate some sushi. I'll actually be doing a What the Cluck Are You Eating series as well. I'm really excited. I'm quite passionate about nutrition, and anytime I see food on these channels, I'll just be doing a little separate video. So stay tuned for that. So let's dive into Vlogmas Day 2.
Hello, you guys. Welcome to Vlogmas Day 2. Welcome to another mini Vlogmas. And by that, I mean, if it's only 3 minutes long, then it's 3 minutes long, as long as I upload every single day, December 1st to December 25th.
Hey, you keep telling yourself that, girl. I don't see that this is going to actually achieve anything for her. But if this is a goal that she wants to set for herself, I think it's important that she witnesses herself achieving these goals. Will she do it? Taking bets now.
What's up, boys? What are you doing? What were you just doing? Oh, he's so sweet. Hi.
Is this cat not wearing a collar? Hold on.
Baby. Wasabi loves a Christmas tree. He likes to lay on tree skirts, don't you?
Oh, he likes to give kisses too.
Oh, I don't think this cat is wearing a... Oh, Amber. Okay. As a responsible pet owner, when there is an accident and one gets out, Okay, it is extremely sad. It is extremely unfortunate. As we've discussed in the previous video, check it out if you haven't seen it already. I have some very strong thoughts on this. But why would you not, at the point of losing one, go out and immediately get your other animals chipped and immediately put collars on them? This is horrendous. Oh, this makes me so mad. Okay, I just needed to skip the abomination that was that cooking. Do we think because like I suppose Amberlynn did do some cooking videos when she lived in Oklahoma. I'm just wondering if maybe there's a little bit of a discussion around division of labor going on. Look, I'll cover this in a separate video because it's food related, but I just want to say two things. One, this looks like it could feed a family of at least 4 adults. And 2, just because you call it salad does not mean it's healthy. I'm just putting that out there. Okay, let's continue.
All right, so what did you think of my spaghetti?
It was delicious.
What do you want me to cook you next?
What do you always talk about, your chili or was it soup?
Chili, yeah.
Okay.
I just want to ask you guys, because I'm legitimately torn. Whenever we hear or see Tommy speak, it never seems like there's much of a personality, which could mean that there isn't much there, but it could also mean that she's just like nervous in front of the camera, which may be why we're just getting an audio clip at the moment. I don't know, something to me seems very off, particularly the way they interact with each other. And I don't know, do we think that what we're looking at here is somebody who's completely given up on their life and has just given into this like relationship that isn't based on attraction or anything like that, but based on mutual currencies? I don't know, something is odd. I don't like it.
One, because we thought we saw a fire.
It was a fire, to be fair. One thing, and I don't like that.
Okay, all right. I just had to skip that little bit of nonsense they were doing. So something that really annoyed me about this video was the title. I had to call 911. Now, that is in extremely poor taste, of course, because of the allegations that have been coming out around DV and Tommy. It's just so blatantly manipulative that it's appalling. And this is what it's leading up to, by the way.
To be fair, it was a fire. It was behind this like plastic. Here, I'll show you guys like a little clip. It was behind this like plastic type deal. Like it's literally flickering.
Spoiler alert, it wasn't a fire, it was a space heater, and it was supposed to be like that. Like, just, Amberlynn, that is so low. It's so incredibly low. You are in a situation that everybody knows is dangerous for you, in at least some level, right? Not necessarily saying it's gotten physical, but you're taking that audience that cares about you and manipulating them into thinking that there's something that is so dire that you would need to call the police. It makes me very cranky. So day 2, how do we sum up what she did on day 2? Because we don't even know if that fire story was from day 2. So she cooked dinner? I don't know. Let's move on. Day 3.
Hello. Welcome to a new Vlogmas day. So I'm actually in the middle of getting ready. Obviously, I just finished my makeup. I still have to put on some lipstick, fix my hair. I bought hair cutting scissors because I usually just use like kitchen scissors, but I bought hair cutting scissors. And like a week ago, I cut more of my hair, which, you know, trying to keep it as healthy as possible.
Okay, I know that she's gotten some heat for this. I don't have a problem with people cutting their own hair. I actually cut my own hair. I refuse to go to a hairdresser. 2 reasons. 1, I am clucking cheap. And 2, I find the whole experience really uncomfortable as a neurodivergent girly pop. I don't like being at the hairdressers. I would imagine that, well, I mean, I don't think Amberlynn's cheap. I don't think that's her motivation, but I'd imagine that going out into public, wondering if you're going to be able to fit in the chair, or wondering if you're going to like break the chair even potentially. I can see that being quite intimidating for somebody like Amberlynn. So look, I don't think it matters if she cuts her own hair. If she likes the way it looks, who cares? Not hurting anyone. Let's move on.
My lips have been feeling so tiny lately. Honestly, that might be because my face just, you know, I have gained a little bit of weight, so my face is looking more plump than usual.
Oh wow, so she like fully went there. Ah, my lips are looking small because my face is looking more plump than usual. Wow, so is this like the end of her pretending that Tommy's not a feeder? Is this like full embracing? Are we actually watching the complete devastation that is Hope? Oh, it's dark, isn't it?
So this keeps happening due to my, oh no, I just broke both sides. Tommy literally was like trying to make me feel better about it. She's like, it happens all the time. Oh my God. So even though she's trying to make me feel better about it, I still feel bad about it, you know? Like, I don't want to break your stuff. There's like a hole that's supposed to go in the hole. Girl. Okay, that one's in. There we go.
Okay. All right. Was this from like her leaning on it? Because this looks like just a towel rail, right? Like these are not weight-bearing kind of things. I think anybody, if they leant on it, would break it. Or maybe she's being too rough with the towel. I don't know. But can we just take a moment? I don't know how much deterioration we're talking here, but I do think that this is a very concerning situation. But let's just, yeah, this isn't good.
Go. See, I'm a handy fixer helper woman. I don't.
Oh man, look, you gotta start somewhere, right?
I'm actually here right now because I want to answer some questions about Rarity and updates on her. So sadly, still hasn't been found. We've had leads, and whenever that happens, we go directly to where people say that they think that they saw her, but still no luck, sadly. We did put posters around town in multiple different locations. This is actually what the posters look like right here. Okay, so it is dark right now, so this isn't doing it justice, but we printed off 30 missing cat reward posters, and we're just gonna put them everywhere, literally everywhere. And I think tomorrow during the day, we're actually gonna like put them on a few people's doorsteps and see if that helps too. I don't even know. I am literally just doing every single thing that I can think of doing.
Okay, if I may continue my rant from my previous video, I am very sus on the timing of this. Okay, all right, let me just get my thoughts together. Okay, so firstly, these posters would have or should have needed to go out and around the, surrounding area immediately. The fact that we're only getting this footage now makes me think that she did not have this footage in the first couple of weeks. What are we now? Hang on. If Rarity went missing on the 17th, so we're 2.5 weeks in now. If she had had this footage back then, would she not have shown us this footage already? I find it highly sus that we're seeing this now, which makes me think that these posters were only recently printed. Another issue that I have with this is that she said she's printed off 30. And yeah, they're going to go into businesses and that all makes sense, blah, blah, blah. But then she talks about taking them to people's doors. Why did you not get hundreds printed and drop them into every single mailbox in the area? This is what you do when you have a beloved pet that is so beloved that you call it your child. But the problem is, I think Amberlynn does not have the capacity to get out of her own self enough to be able to consider anything else's perspective around her. So I do legitimately think that she sees this cat as nothing but her possession, which is not the same kind of love that we feel for our animals. And I think that's probably the most why she's getting the most criticism about this. Anyway, end rant, I'm done. Heckin' egg rant there, we're finished.
Sorry that was in the dark, because that is when we went to put them up. It was like a little under 2 weeks ago, I'd say.
She's lying. She's fully lying. I just don't buy this. There's something very wrong with this. Just like there was something very wrong when she was describing the timing, you know, how she was talking about the 20 minutes. There's just something that doesn't feel right. There's something that doesn't feel right here either. She's lying about something. I could be wrong about what she's lying about, but I don't know. Just, I feel it in my jellies.
Made the reward known that, like, you get $500 if you give me my cat. If you find my cat and you give me my cat. And there was one person that literally commented, it was like on the neighborhood app, and they were like, wow, that must be some cat, because $500, that's a lot. And it's weird because I was thinking like maybe doing 1,000, but I decided to Google because I just wanted like advice, and I was like, what is like the average amount of like a reward for a cat? And it's literally only $25 to like 100. And I was like, no, Rarity is worth so more than that. But that like literally shocked me to see that like the average amount is so low.
So she's worth more than that, but she wasn't worth enough having a collar on or getting her chipped. This isn't good enough, Amber.
Regardless, yes, Rarity is a very special cat. So even if I have to up the reward, like I literally will. So there's questions people are like, why aren't you taking accountability for Rarity missing? And I just think that's a silly question because I literally am. I've said multiple times, I blame myself. I'm mad at myself. Why did I leave the door open? Like, I'm so stupid for leaving the door open. Like, I'm very angry with myself and I take full accountability. I do believe that you can take accountability, but also provide reasons for why something happened.
Okay, I just want to say something here because I was going to do the video where she was describing what happened, which I don't know why you would bother addressing that to your public, but she did mention that the yard is fenced. I just want to point out that because Tommy put the poster out online, their address is online. Now, I put on my little detective hat and did a little bit of sleuthing. I'm not going to reveal the house or the address, but look, if you want to do some sleuthing yourself, yeah, do whatever you want. I don't think it's right to dox people. What I will say is that I did find some pictures of the house, must have been when Tommy bought it, and I could see that there was evidence of like a little picket kind of fence around the area that is the back door that she showed us. This picket fence would have only been like waist high. So yeah, it'd keep Twinkie in with no problems, but it wouldn't keep a cat in. Like, this is not like a 6-foot fence that a cat can't climb. However, I will note as well, without sounding too creepy, I already sound creepy, don't I? I'm not creepy. You can't actually see the fence on Google satellite view. So whether it's still there or not, all I can say is that there was a fence at some point. It may not be there now. But regardless of whether the fence was there or not, unless Tommy had installed some sort of better fence, a cat could absolutely get out of that yard. And I think that what my gut is telling me is that it wasn't 20 minutes. I don't think Amberlynn noticed right away. And this is a cat that in past videos she's described as being an outdoor cat, and now it's an indoor cat, so that's problematic. You know, cats want to be cats, cats want to explore. And I think maybe because it's a completely unfamiliar area and unfamiliar smells, then Rarity just got lost, which is so sad. Hopefully somebody's found her that thought she was a stray and she's living her best life somewhere. That's what I need to think for myself.
And when I say that I've had a lot on my mind and I didn't close the door because of that, I genuinely mean it. And I'm not blaming YouTube. I know some people have also said like, wow, now she's blaming YouTube for Rarity.
Yeah, so I know that people are blaming her. And I've said in a past video that I really don't blame the mistake of the door. Where I come down on Amberlynn is the fact that she didn't have any security precautions set in place to prevent this. So moving the cats there without proper introduction to the area, having the cat not chipped, having the cat with no collar, and apparently the other two as well, no collars, in a brand new area. That's where the negligence for me comes in, and that's where it's not good enough. Mistakes do happen. I think that every pet owner out there, and maybe even every parent out there, can say that they've made mistakes. But I do think Amberlynn's missing the point here.
Missing, like, no. I've just had a lot on my mind in general. It doesn't make the mistake okay. I'm just providing like where my headspace was at for me to like forget to close a glass door that I literally close every single morning. And people are comparing the Gracie situation to the Rarity situation. That is insane work, because two completely different situations.
Two completely different situations. Are we saying because Gracie was on purpose and Rarity wasn't? Oh, I'm sassy today. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
My ex, Destiny, literally despises me. And during her whole era of like live streaming tea about me, she even said like it's not Amberlynn's fault that Gracie went missing. I was dead asleep, like dead asleep in the night. So how
Was that weird? Why did she act out being asleep there? It always piques my interest a little bit when things are out of the ordinary or when they don't make sense. And she doesn't normally act out things like that. That's odd. Interesting.
how could I be put to blame for this when it was literally somebody else who did it? And the whole red couch thing, like I have already taken accountability and I have said that I'm very sorry for coming off insensitive in that YouTube clip. I've already talked about this before.
Okay, see, that's not actually taking responsibility though. To say, I'm sorry that came off insensitive. Taking responsibility would be saying, yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. Like, I am so sorry. I was just trying to, grasp anything at all, and it was completely my error. And I'm sorry for that. It's taking accountability for the thing without putting any further excuses on it. And that's where the apology should stop. And Amber, that's why people are saying you don't take responsibility for things, because there's always that follow-up after, right? Oh, it was my fault. I let the cat out, but I had so much on my mind. It just, this is the way her apologies tend to go.
And people are still posting fake missing Twinkie posters, which is also literally not okay. You're just
Yeah, I hate that. Screw those people. That's not okay. That's really, really warped, really twisted. You shouldn't be doing that.
taking away from us fighting Rarity by drawing attention to something that isn't true. That is the update on that. Keep rating your thoughts, please. And I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. So thank you guys so much for spending this Vlogmas with me.
Okay, so day 3. What did we do on day 3? Nothing? Oh, I really wish she would do something more productive with her time. Like, even if it's silly, what happened to all those arts and crafts she was doing when she was just, first there? I don't know. I think we did nothing, and I think that's why she can't vlog. What's she doing? She's sitting there watching reaction channels all day. I don't know. All right, well, I guess we've got another, 22 days of this? Yay! I'll be here if you will. All right, that's all the clocks I have left to give today. Stay golden, my little nuggets. I'll catch you next time.
Hey! Hey! I'm gonna go watch another video. Let's go!